My name is Bomani Jones. I'm the co-host of Highly Questionable on ESPN and the host of The Right Time with Bomani Jones on ESPN Radio.
I'm trying to figure out how it is that a school would suspend somebody only for one game for that.
One of the biggest things that makes Clark different from the other schools in the center is we're not really doing so much to tell you who the person is that you should be. There's no template that you're expected to follow or no rubric that you're supposed to fit into in order to be a Clark Atlanta University student. You are who you are, and we're going to try to make you the best who you are that we possibly can. If you love going to Clark Atlanta University, it's not because of what other people think about Clark Atlanta University, it's because you love that institution and that institution loves you back. I started as a chemistry major, and it wasn't very long before I realized that that wasn't going to be the thing that I wanted to do. So spent a couple of years or a little time in the wilderness just figuring out what I was going to do, and I guess having a lot of fun in the process before ultimately settling on majoring in economics, where I graduated with a bachelor's in 2001. Since I left Clark Atlanta University, I went to Claremont Graduate University and did a master's degree in politics, economics, and business. After that, I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill to work on a PhD in economics. And while I was doing those things, I was freelance writing about music and sports and all kinds of other stuff at the time. I left UNC with a master's in economics in 2005, and from there I went full on into sports writing and sports media things. And in 2006, I got a job as a columnist for ESPN.com, and I did that for about a year before taught a class at Duke in 2008 and began doing sports radio at that time. And I've been doing sports radio and television since then. I started working full time with ESPN in 2013, and that's where it's gone. If I had to say the thing I'm the most proud of since leaving CAU, it's not really necessarily just some highlight of career, but as much as the ability to overcome things that didn't necessarily go the way that I expected. The motto of this institution is I'll find a way or make one. So once it didn't go the way I thought it was going to, it was time to find something else. Something else just happened to wind up on television. So, I mean, that's a pretty good pivot off of this failure of sorts to figure out something else to do after. The biggest thing that I got from CAU that got me to where I am now is the encouragement that comes from going to CAU. It's hard to do great things if people don't think you're capable of doing great things. I was fortunate enough to be around people who thought I was capable of doing these things. So I always felt free to try new things because they thought that that was something that I would be able to do. The best advice that I could give students in terms of trying to achieve greatness is maximize the time that you have in school. Like, learn the stuff while you're there. You can get the grades all kinds of ways, but it does nothing if you don't actually learn anything. And for alumni, I guess it would be along the similar lines. What you know is way more important than anything else. We can't stop trying to learn things and trying to know more. My father worked at Atlanta University. My mother worked at Clark College. Like, this is a family thing as much as anything else, the relationship that I have with this university. I would not be where I am right now if I had not gone to Clark Atlanta University. If I had not been there at the time when I was there, when the city was beginning to explode and the entertainment scene was getting bigger, and the people that I went to college with who have now gone on to do so many different and excellent things. If you take me out of Clark Atlanta University and you drop me off anywhere else, you're gonna drop me off at Morehouse, you're gonna drop me off at Harvard, it wouldn't matter what the school is. I'm not in the place that I am right now. I feel very confident that I could say that. So without this institution, I have no idea how things end up for me. To be able to be here, it speaks not just to me, but to a whole lot of people who did a whole lot of things to help me get to where this place is. So I'm glad that we could all be here to celebrate.